I welcome again today's UKM Clinic UKMFolio, and we welcome our expert from Pengajaran UKM in Bangi, and Prof. Kamal, the Pengara, Dr. Helmi, Timbalan Pengara, and Azmi is with us. Very great. And we have a few people who have here also have tried a lot of UKMFolio, and Dr. Tan has contributed a lot, trying a lot out, and she might have a lot of experience to share. And Dr. Noman is going to come in soon. And so we have been using UKMFolio for the last 1 or 2 weeks. At least I guess most of it try and error. Now it's time where we clear up some of the doubts and some of the challenges. So I'm also learning very much in the last 2 weeks, and we will put up some questions there for us to share. Before that, this is a recorded session. I'm recording it using Zoom into my laptop. So later I will pass it on to YouTube, and we can link it up so that all of us can benefit. So today's agenda is really to look at UKMFolio challenges and how can we address that. That's one. The second one is Microsoft Teams if we have problems, and we have a lot of challenges, I would say, because UKM email is not a common UKM email we are using. Most of us use PPUKM, so they have to apply and whatnot. So to go through the hurdle of registering with Microsoft 365. So with that opening, Prof. Kama, you want to say something before we start, or Dr. Helmi, you want to say something before we start?
Thank you very much for initiating this meeting. I hope that everybody, in COVID time, should be patient with all this, situation, and also this learning the new LMS, which is UKMFolio. And also, I know the problem of teleconferencing, whether using Zoom. I know Fakulti Perubatan has been using for years, and Teams seem to be new. So I hope we can come and reach to the point that we all agree. All right. Hopefully we can reach good result, good outcome for meeting today. All right.
Thank you. Dr. Helmi, you have to say something before we start, or we...
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Prof. Tong and Prof. Kamal. So also with us is our Deputy Director, Prof. Madya Dr. Azmin Ramli. She's there also. Say hi, Dr. Azmin. Yes. Okay. And thank you, Prof. Tong, for initiating this with Prof. Madya Dr. Azmin Muhammad Amir, who's also our expert, UKMFolio expert here. Okay. And yeah, as you all know, I think let's pass to Prof. Tong first for the itinerary, because or do you want me to start now, or let's pass to you first? Do you have any thing to? Yeah, I think let's pass to you first, and then let's move on to the demo session, and then we'll open to Q&A, I think.
The itinerary is very simple. Thanks, Dr. Helmi, and hi, Prof. Azmin. Welcome. I did see your face there. To gallery view. Yeah. It's really a free flow. We may have already experienced some by going on to UKMFolio and try to play around with it. Not sure how much our experiences. Many of us have different variation in experience. So I won't delay too much of time, and we'll go on with an Q&A, and that will be the best, I think, for this clinic UKMFolio. And yeah, we can also talk about a Microsoft Teams. Yeah. So so that's very simple itinerary from my side.
Okay, Prof. Thank you for that. I think let's go to UKMFolio and let me demo like 10 minutes, and then I think I will open for Q&A. Let me share my screen. Let's stop here. Okay. Do you have to grant me access, I think? Or do I have to do something? Okay, wait.
Nice view, Azmi.
Yep. This is the only one that is moving image, so that's why I use it. Finally, I got good use for the green screen. All right. Okay. Dia tak perasan dia mute.
Tong, you're mute.
Sorry. To tell me, maybe perhaps I share my screen and then you will instruct me where you want me to move on. It's great. Coming.
You can allow Dr. Helmi to share his screen, right?
Yeah, actually, I managed to share my screen just now. I had to exit Zoom because there was some security thingy. They had to install and then I had to restart. So I'm back. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, great, awesome. Okay, sorry about that for the glitch. So now we're back online. So as for everybody, actually. This is the pengenalan UKMFolio untuk pensyarah. So this is the orang kata, what do you call it? The introductory course for the lecturers. And if you want to access, just go to ukmfolio.ukm.my and go to Jom Mulakan button, and then you can access the contents. I think everybody should be a student here and enroll in this course because it's very essential for introductory things. The course is in Malay. We will sorry for that. If we have time, we will translate it into English. But for now, it is in Malay. So the first part is on the pengajaran dalam talian or teaching in online teaching. So we have some introductory to the how you do teaching online here, pengajaran dalam talian. And we have the apps for UKMFolio. I think this is important for you and for your students to download the app, and you can have the instructions here. I can annotate, is it? Oh yeah, cool. Okay. And pengajaran dalam talian semasa, okay, this is introductory by Prof. Kamal. So how do I stop? Okay, annotating. All right. Anyway, okay. Now this second section is pengajaran dalam tarian segera or synchronous learning, and again, as noted by Prof. Tong just now, we are using Microsoft Office 365 or Microsoft Teams for the for this purpose. But we are well aware that PPUKM staff have different emails, and it's actually currently being handled by Pusat Teknologi Maklumat or PTM regarding that. We will discuss that in further after this. But you have the how to access Office 365 and how you use Teams. Given by Prof. Madia, Dr. Azmi, Tamil, and a few by myself and PTM. So the way around the problem of Microsoft Teams is we also have Google Hangouts. If you can access Google Hangouts via PPUKM email, I hope you can. And I think it's an interesting avenue to explore if you can go into Google Hangouts. And you also have FB Live and Skype. And also Zoom that you're using now can be used. Um, I will just note here that why we chose Microsoft Teams is because it, first of all, it's paid by Ministry of Education. And you can record the session without worrying about the bandwidth, meaning to say if you record a session, it's available in Microsoft Streams and it's available online straight away. Whereas in Zooms, you have to render it and you have to install it. It has to be downloaded to your computer, or you have to have a big cloud space and you have to pay for it. But I think if you can access it with Google Hangouts, your PPUKM, I think that's another interesting avenue that we explored with Prof. Tong, Dr. Azmi during the other meeting before. And the session was downloaded, was recorded, and it was recorded in Google Drive. So I think that's another interesting avenue that we can explore while waiting for the Office 365 to be handled. Okay, we also have the next section is pengajaran dalam talian tidak segera dengan UKMFolio, which we explored on how to develop a course using UKMFolio. And the most important thing is turn editing on and turn editing off here. So if you turn editing on and turn editing off, you will see that this is a very different shift from iFolio. So UKMFolio, you have to have the turn editing on, and then you have the edit and plus signs there. So you can edit here. And there's a lot of explanation here on Performa. Again, Performa, you cannot, there's no separate section for that in UKMFolio. You have to create that section. So that's something new also. And you can also add topics and subtopics. And again, the third section is on the pembangunan bahan pembelajaran, or the development of courses, learning materials in UKMFolio. So we have this introduction, how to upload materials, and how to screen record. I think this is the most important thing here, is how to screen record and upload your videos on YouTube or Google Drive. So I think this is important for you to cover. And we have some other sections where you can do graphics, infographics, 2D animation, 3D, and using clips. Okay, the fourth section is on pentaksiran dalam talian, or assessment, e-assessment. And we also have some ebooks here by Pengajaran UKM, led by Prof. Madya Dr. Azmin Ramli, created the Plan Pentaksiran dalam Talian, or the assessment, e-assessment that you can use in UKMFolio. And we have the integrity issue and how to tackle that. And we have examinations online. So you have the section here that you can have a look. Dr. Azmin has detailed on how to do that in 3 sections and how to edit in UKMFolio. And we also have rubric development, and we have the grading. So you can also develop exams until you get the grades there in UKMFolio. And you also have quizzes, assignments, forums, and chats. And the 5th section is on navigation, communication, and grouping. So I think this is also an important part in UKMFolio, where you can group students according to sets and according to groups. And here, Dr. Azmin and Dr. Hadi has given a basic understanding on that in UKMFolio. So we have also the navigation, communication, and YouTube, Google Drive, and Office. So these are also important things to consider, because students and lecturers have limited, there's a cap in uploading content, because we do not, we are this is because we benchmark against universities in Malaysia, and we found out this is the best way to prevent our systems from crashing like before. iFolio crashed before and we had a problem. So this is why we have come up with a solution on file management. So this is the second last section, which is on pembelajaran aktif UKM, pembelajaran teradun and hard cipta. So PTM is currently developing the dashboard for blended learning or pembelajaran teradun, and we will update that as soon as possible, as soon as we get up that running. But for that purpose, you can have a look here. And hard cipta and Creative Commons, I think, is an important thing for everyone, because we were uploading our slides, our materials here. So I think this is an important thing that has been explained by Ponsfira, so you can have a look here. And last but not least, this is the ebook by Pengajaran Web 2.0. So I think this is in English, everything is in English. So a few ebooks by Prof. Dato Dr. Amin Ambi. He has explained and given some tips on how to use Web 2.0 in teaching and learning. So I think I'll stop there and proceed with Q&A. Back to you, Prof. Pong.
Thank you, Dr. Helmi. And the wonderful thing is most of the clips is only about a few minutes. So we don't have to spend a long time watching the clips are all very short and it's very concise. It also demonstrate might be easier for us to follow. Yeah. Yes, I'll open up for question and answer. And yep. So throw in some of your challenges and we try to help out in some way.
Okay, and the questions can be in Malay too. Bahasa Melayu pun okay, no problem.
Ya, betul.
Yeah,
Betul.
yeah,
Ya, betul. Tadi ada
Okay, saya nak mulakan sekejap. All the videos are based on the essential of e-learning, LMS, and also from question and answer, frequent asked questions. So that's why we can have a lot of videos there. It is based on frequently question. So that's why you can have a lot. I hope that it is not overwhelming. You can see one by one.
Hi, Prof. It's Mawada here. Can I ask if, let's say, there is an avenue whereby we can do student PBL on UKMFolio?
I think this can be answered by Dr. Azmi. He has shared, I think, a session on PBL. He has video recorded that. Maybe Dr. Azmi, can you answer that? Thank you.
Okay, Mawadah, ini about the PBL. It is up to the respective lecturer ingenuity on how to overcome this problem. The reason why you cannot put this on UKMFolio is for courses that are listed under SMP Web. PBL is just an activity under one of the courses that we have. So for example, it could be under musculoskeletal, it could be under urinary. And the facilitators are not listed as teachers inside the SMP Web. Therefore, we cannot access the UKMFolio for the respective module. However, we do have the list of names from the students, and we can make use of other avenues. In JKM, Prof. Hashim, he used Zoom to handle the PBL session. For myself, I use Teams. Why I use Teams? Because in Teams, you can have both the synchronous and asynchronous. For the asynchronous, I put up all the triggers as images inside the respective channel, and the students will be able to discuss each of the triggers. And then we will have a synchronous session. For those students with the fast line, they can sit and discuss. So it is up to you. You can use Google Hangout. You can use Zoom, you can use Teams. Unfortunately for UKMFolio, you cannot use it unless you are a teacher of the course. And the other thing is, you have to create your own group so that only your PBL group will be part of that discussion. I hope that's
Yeah,
clear.
and it's difficult to get the students in the group to do the PBL UKMFolio. Thanks, Prof. I've actually looked at your video for Microsoft Teams, so I'm okay with that. So I let the other lecturers choose which avenue they want.
Okay, thank you.
I just like to share because initially I was also having some issues thinking of how to convert the team-based learning into UKMFolio. I did a few trial and error. Actually kan, Dr. Helmi, sorry I pun tak pergi baca semua your guide. I just terjah saja actually. But what I did was that I found that under the team-based learning section of our course for family medicine module, I can create a topic for team-based learning, right? And under that team-based learning, what we can do is that you use the add activity or resources. We can create a book, or you want to just create an assignment, right? You can put in the materials pre-reading there. And after that, because they need to be in their groups to discuss, right? I tried a few things. I tried the Q&A forum, which didn't work because for some strange reason or other, when I tested it out with my students, they couldn't access the part, the button that says to reply or submit an answer. So I demolished that. I changed it into a chat function. The chat function within UKMFolio itself, I couldn't get them to talk very much, but in the end, what I did was that I said, fair enough, you guys just use your own WhatsApp chat group, right? Then you import your WhatsApp chat, you export your WhatsApp chat to me as a text file as the assignment for the group. So that's what they did for me. And then later today afternoon, I'm going to have a grand wrap-up session to discuss what they have discussed in their own respective groups. That's one of the way that we can try to combine the asynchronous with the synchronous. I don't like synchronous so much because a lot of my students, they actually have problems with internet connection. And, it gets a bit messy, especially when people are like still trying to figure out, I need to mute my microphone, or they forgot to unmute themselves when they talk. It really gets rather disruptive. So what I will do is that I will make it a chat session instead. So it will still be synchronous. The only challenge will be how fast people can type. That's all. Thanks.
Great, Dr. Christine. I like your problem solving in terms of that. Yeah, great. And I think if you have that, if you could record the screen and while you're doing it, it will be good for, I think, all lecturers or faculty of medicine to have experiences like this. I think maybe we'll have one section in UKMFolio where all the faculty members can share according to the faculties, because I think all the faculties have different issues and different challenges and different ways of doing things. Like PBL, we don't have it in Faculty of Education. We have it, but I think it's done differently in different faculties and in different settings. I think it'll be good. I like your approach to that, and it will be great to share if you have that. And we will create one section where we will get the forum by each faculty. Then you can just share whatever you want there. I think it will be very useful for everybody. Maybe it doesn't work for everybody, but it will work for somebody. I strongly believe in that.
I'm proposing that somebody in our faculty might want to take this up as a software project.
On the same topic of TBL, I'm trying to design it as well. I have a challenge because in TBL, at the end, student will have to submit an output, in a group output. And this group output lead a discussion among themselves, and they come out with one presentation or one video file or whatever. But this output belongs to the group. How do we upload this group by one person, and everybody have the, you'll be rated similarly? It looks like to me, it looks like everybody have to upload the same material individually. Is there a place where one team leader upload and that represent the output for the whole group.
This one Prof Azmin ada
Prof,
buat.
okay. I think Dr. Azmin can reply to that. Thank you, Dr. Azmin.
Hi, Prof. Tong. I think actually if you do a group in your course, then one student, there are functions stated that if you would like all the students to submit the assignment, or only one student representing the group to submit, then if you allow that, then only one student can submit, and you can grade for the whole group only once. So that's the beauty of it lah. You don't have to mark each of the group members, but you have to use the group function.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I see a lot of comments. Maybe like step by step on how to do simple UKMFolio modules. Maybe I'll just give a basic overall view on how to do that. Now, I'll just share the screen again, and while sharing, maybe if you have questions, just we'll have a Q&A after this. Maybe give me 5 minutes or 10 to explain on that. Okay, so now you're seeing my screen. Okay, what you will see if you have a new course is you'll have announcement, which I strongly recommend to not touch when you are in turn editing on mode. Okay, so first kali kena turn editing on. So this is the most important thing if you want to edit something in UKMFolio. So go to your course, okay, which you can I think is available here in the navigation bar. Okay, so turn editing on, right? First of all, and then when you want to, I think for you is there will be 5 topics here, okay, and let me add one topic. Let's say here. Okay, maybe not in this course. I will because there's 1,000 students here. Let me just go to my course here. Should have a dummy course. Okay, later lah. Okay, okay, I'll just go to my. I think I have a dummy course here. Okay, yeah. All right. So here's the dummy course. Okay. So you have, I think, 5 topics usually. Okay. So how do you add? The first thing you want to do is edit a topic. Okay. It is different from iFolio because it's topic based. Because in iFolio, bahan dekat satu tempat or materials is at one place, and discussions at one place, and assignments at one place. But here you can do that as well. But we encourage you to go by topic or. Okay. So how do you edit this? You can press the icon button here, or you can use edit. I recommend you using edit because it's sometimes the display is not right here. Okay, so press edit here. Okay, edit. Okay, and press edit topic. When you edit topic, press custom. Okay, and let's say I don't know, introduction to what do you call it? Medicine. Right? And just save changes. Okay. So that's the first thing you have to do. So you have it here. Topic 1 or topic 2, topic 3, right? So you can also, if you see the plus sign here, actually you can drag. Okay, drag it to, let's say this one, you want to put it as introduction. Okay. All right, now if you, okay, sorry about that. Okay, this is the first thing you will do. Okay, I think backing up to that, the first thing actually, the best thing to do is upload your performer first. Okay, so you have the introduction to. So let's this is what happens. Okay, so I'll just rename this as topic 1, and sorry, topic 3 here actually is Okay. Topic 1 here, I will change it to maybe pro forma or maybe introduction to the course, right? So pro forma, you can add an activity. So this is the most important thing. So the first one is topic 1, okay, editing of the topic. And now you want to add an activity or add a learning material, okay? So how do you add that is here, add an activity or resource, okay? So when you press add an activity or resource, you have these activities and you have these resources. The one you want to focus on is file and page. That's the most important thing. So in order to upload your performer, choose file, press add, and when you come here, when you come to this page, you can just put performer khusus, and you can add the file here, right? So I'll just choose a random, oh, okay, we have it, performa khusus here, and maybe choose the license to be Creative Commons or all right reserved. You can read about that in the UKMFolio course, pengenalan kepada UKMFolio, and select this file. When you have changed the name and you have selected the files, press save and return to course. When you save and return to course, you have the performer here. And if you click on performer, you have it downloaded for your students. All right, if you want to display it, maybe save it as a PDF. All right, okay. For the next thing is you can also add a video. Okay, how do you add a video is you press add an activity or resource. Okay. And so the first one was file. So you can add files, you can add Word files, PDF files using the file or using the folder, which you can add multiple files. And if you want to add a video, use this page feature. Okay. When you have that, let's see, video. So maybe description, please watch this video. And here in the page content, press this button, not this one, before, not this icon, but the video icon with the page here, okay, with the paper there, right? And when you press here, do not press link, but you want the video here, and the URL is anything on YouTube. So let's try YouTube, maybe UKMFolio. Is there something there? Okay, yeah, pengenalan UKMFolio. Okay, and okay, so this is by Prof. Kamal. Okay, if you want this file, tap share or click share and copy this URL. Oops. And okay, I can, yeah. And this is very disturbing. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, and paste the URL here. If you want to change the option, you can put it 800 to 600 if you want. If not, just leave it and press insert media. When you insert the media, everything's finished, and press save and return to course. And the video will be displayed here. If you press there, you press the link, the video will be displayed straight away, and you can view it from UKMFolio. So, right, okay. So another basic thing I think you should explore. So you have this topic, documents, video, and one more last thing I think is activities, where you can add assignments, chat. I think the most important thing is maybe assignment, chat, and quiz. Okay, so 3 things, and forum, 4 maybe. Yeah, so forum is for discussion, quiz is for quizzes, chat is for synchronous chatting, and assignment is for sending assignments. So I'll show you assignments only today, or if you want, I can show you, or maybe others can show you on that today. Okay, so press assignment, press add, and after pressing add, maybe we'll press assignment 1. Please upload it here. Okay, and students can upload the files, but again, the maximum is only 10 megabytes. If it's more than 10 megabytes, maybe they can upload it. Please upload here. If your file exceeds 10 megabytes, maybe you please use Google Drive. Okay. Oops. Okay. Wow. Right. Okay. And for the availability, you can allow submissions. There's a cap. You can set the due date. Allow submissions is the starting date of the submissions. The due date is the due date of the assignments, and you can cut off. Let's say 18 is the last day, and then you don't want to accept submissions anymore. So due date is 16, and then this will be considered late submission, and maybe a reminder for you to grade. I think this is important for everybody. So if you want to restrict access, you can this one you can use for grouping, but I think just press save and return to course for now, and you can see that the video and the assignment is already here. So the performer is here, the topic is here, the material is here, and the assignment is here. I think that's all for now, and I think we'll proceed with Q&A. If you want, I can show you or Dr. Azmi and Prof. Kamal or Prof. Tom can show you more on this tutorial. Okay, thank you. Back to Q&A and Prof. Tom.
Tell me, sorry. Prof. Helmi, can I ask a question? Hello?
Yes.
Hear me? Yes. Yeah. You mentioned that it's wise not to touch the announcement section. I'm also very new at this, so I just uploaded something earlier, and I actually typed in announcement. I thought it was meant for to alert the students and give a description. Is that going to be a problem?
It's still okay. Just change it back to the name announcement, and if you want to do announcements, turn the editing off, and then it will be in forum format. But I think just change it back to the name. Did you change the name, or what did you do in that?
I actually kind of just wrote a little alert for the students what they need to do.
Can you share your screen? Maybe we can see what happened and rectify that.
I'm sorry, it's on. I'm using a different gadget, so.
I see.
So maybe just advise me what I need to do now.
Yeah. I think if it's not crucial, I think we can reset back.
Okay.
Maybe Dr. Azmi can assist in that. If you have further problems, I think maybe you can contact Dr. Azmi or any of us. I think we will help in that regards.
Okay.
But we have to see the screen first. What happened? Dr. Azmi, something?
What Renuha did was just to send an announcement without changing the slot itself. What Helmi said just now, as long as you don't change the announcement when you switch on the editing. Kalau edit settings on, then you change the announcement, then havoc. But if the edit setting is off and you make the announcement, it just nothing really to worry about. Just the student getting the announcement. Okay.
So if it was done while editing was turned on,
then everything, then the default template is changed.
I see.
Yeah,
okay.
and I think maybe I think that the best thing to do is to have you share your screen, Prof, and we'll see what actually happened, and we can advise from there. I hope. Yeah, but still, PTM can also reset it. No problem. If it's severe, we can always ask PTM to reset back your course. I think it's no problem. But we have to know first what you did. Oh, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I ask something?
Yes, Doctor.
Norman here. Okay, just got some question from my other colleague lah. Okay, kadang-kadang some lecturers dia banyak dan dia ada certain masa untuk masukkan bahan-bahan ke dalam UKMFolio. Tapi dia tak nak lah semua bahan tu easily accessible by everyone. So dia ada certain bahan dia nak student nampak waktu-waktu ni, ada certain bahan tu dia nak waktu yang berbeza. Ada tak ciri-ciri yang kita set, maybe this one on Monday, second one on Tuesday and so on so forth?
Rasanya Dr. Azmin boleh jawab tu. Can you help? Thank you.
Hi Prof. Okay. UKMFolio ada that feature whereby once you tadi Dr. Helmi dah tunjukkan how to upload the materials. So let's say you have the materials and before the semester starts, for example, or this week kan, you upload everything, but you want this the first material will be can be seen the first week, and then the second material can be seen the second week. So what you can do after you uploaded all the materials, belah kanan tu ada edit setting. Can you hear me? Boleh?
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you.
So ada edit setting. Oh, you want
Can you
me to
share the screen? Yes, I think it's better to share the screen and we can see. Thank you.
Okay, hold on.
Assalamualaikum.
Prof, because I have to open the preference first. Anybody can proceed first?
Yeah, can I ask one thing first? Azim here.
Okay. Hello, Prof. Hilang pula suara dia.
Yeah, Azim can go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
I've opened the surgical courses, which only got 2. So all the courses, all the specialty, whatever, will go into within these 2 courses lah, year 3 and year 5. Is that correct?
Okay, Azim, let me answer that one. Okay, Azim, the problem with our posting system, we do not have a separate course for separate subspecialty. So so right now, since they only create one course for year 3 and one course for year 5, so everything is there. But the more IT literate within your department can create topics underneath the courses, so you can divide accordingly.
Yes. For example, I'm some members has already add in topics, from endocrine, from thyroid to brain injury, etc. So looks like a bit jumbled up. My question is, I can actually click on their work.
Yes.
And click on the edit, so I can change whatever they have done. Is that my understanding? You don't have security to what work you have put in?
The thing is right now, the best way is of course to demarcate the borders clearly. But since our courses in Fakulti Perubatan is different because we use team-based teaching. In Bangi, there's usually one lecturer per course, so one lecturer control everything. But for us, it is team-based, so the whole department is teaching in the same course. So that's why when they created, because we pull our UKMFolio from the data from SMP Web, so that's why suddenly we get everybody inside one team. If you want to block, there is a long-winded way of setting the distribution. So means only your group can access one content, one topic or one section. But that one, Helmi will explain. we try to sort of sharing the content first. And the other thing is we have to respect each other's other lecturers' boundary. So once we create the separate topic for JKM, we create the topic by the name of the lecturer. So we know already, okay, this topic, statistics dash Azmi. So nobody disturb that one. Hasni Jaafar, environment, nobody disturb that one. Only Hasni Jaafar will handle. So we leave it to the jurisprudence, the respective lecturer to respect each other's boundaries.
Okay.
Maybe I will add to what Dr. Azmi has explained. True. All our actually in Bangi also we are team teaching. Actually, I'm also team teaching with PJJ punya student lagi ramai, dia dah jadi jumble up. But again, how to solve that is by using groups, which Dr. Azmin will show. Dr. Azmin Ramli will show in a bit. But again, adding to that, I think it is important for you again to set boundaries, yes, and then reading about the copyright, which has been explained by Puan Supira in that. So I think it's a good practice ataupun amalan terbaik. You put your copyright for your slides or for any material that you upload online, and I think lecturers are well aware of plagiarism punya stuff. And again, I think your slides pun sebenarnya ada again your slides I think it's not originally from you pun because you ambil daripada luar gambar. But again, I think the issue is intellectual property. So read on to that and have a good understanding on that. I think if everybody has a good understanding on intellectual property and copyright, I think it won't be a problem. Respecting everybody's boundaries and everybody's IP or copyright in that issue. Okay, Dr. Azmin, are you ready? Or yes, okay, Dr. Azmi, you're muted. Okay, great.
Alright, okay. Yeah. Thank you, Azmi. Thank you, Prof. Tong. Okay, Prof. Nurman. Alright, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so let's say we are in this, okay, let's say I'm in my course now, log in dah. So I choose one of my course. Okay, so let's say I have this. And then we have to make it editing on. Okay, so turn editing on. Macam tadi Dr. Helmi dah sebut, whenever you want to do anything, you just make it in turn on mode. And then let's say we have this assignment. Tapi this one I want to, okay, let's say by topic lah. So this topic I want to make it available from the first week. So what you can do is ni topik 1 dah ada, topik 2, topik 3 dah ada kan. So you just go to your right, click edit button. The material, click edit button, and then there's edit setting here. Okay, so you just click that setting, and then what you can do is there's a restrict access here. Okay, so you just click the restrict access and add restriction, and there's if you want to restrict by group, you can do that. If you want to restrict by date, so I think this is the one that you asked. So just click date, and then let's say you want the notes to be available from 17, for example, and then put it as 17, and then save and return to course. So these notes, you can see that here, it is available from 17. So let's say you don't want your students to see that. What you can do is click the edit button again and then click hide. So from the view of the student, let's see, I change this view to student view. Okay, we can switch row to student so that you can see how the student see your course. So now ni tadi topik satu vektor tadi tu dah tak ada dah, because we hide from the students. Okay, so is that answer your question, Prof?
Okay, thank you. Tadi saya nampak tadi ada boleh pilih group untuk bila restrict access tu.
Yeah.
Possible we can identify individual student to only access that particular. Basically kan tadi Dr. Azim kata dia jumble up semua everything, one course banyak semua kan. Tapi is it possible guna restrict access tu kita identify individual student so that only individual student can access that particular assignment? Boleh ke?
I'm not sure sebab tak pernah buat, but we can try. So I'm trying now. So buat yang sama macam tadi, click edit setting. So I'm going to restrict access and then add restriction. Let's say group ni tadi. So I think you have to previously you have to choose, for example, you can see here because I have only one group, so it hard to see, but you can if you want to restrict to, let's say, one student, you can make that student as a group. Let's say you have 20 students, you can make the 20 students as one group each, so ada 20 groups kan, and then you can choose this button and then choose the group. So akan ada 20 of it will be listed 20 of them, and then you can choose that group.
Tunjuklah.
So kalau nak tunjuk yang tengok yang group okay, so let's say tadi this is in the course administration. Kita ada dua blok kan. On the left ni ada navigation block, and then yang bawah ni ada administration block. So you go to edit setting. Okay, klik edit setting the gear tu tadi, and then kita akan dapat okay, course completion. Okay, ada icon gear kat sini. Klik user. Bawah user ni ada group. So you can klik this group, and then dekat group ni you can create groups. Okay, so create groups, this is auto create. Let's say create groups ni, you nak create satu group lah, so no point lah kan, ataupun you nak combine the group. So for example, in my case tadi, let's say I have 20 students, I want to make one of them as group so that we can use the group function tadi to assign the one assignment to only one student. So you can, this is group alias, which means that nama group tu A, B, C, D, and then number of groups ni, it depends lah. You nak member per group, satu for example. So you just letak satu. Let's say your students ada 20 tadi. So you have 20 groups. And then this one, I just want to leave it as group A, group B, group C. Okay, tapi I want to add.
Kali buat apa, main game?
So I want to add, this is assignment 1. Group 1, assignment 1. So that I want to jumble up with the other assignment. And then so dah jadi, you just save the group. Okay. So grouping name, so I have to, tadi dah letak nama assignment 1. So I'm going to name it as assignment 1 so that I know this group is for assignment 1. So you just submit. So now you have group for students with ni lah. Okay. Assignment 1, group student dalam bracket ni, which means that ada seorang members lah in that group. So kalau you pergi tadi, you balik dekat mana so I'm going to edit setting tadi. Okay, so that's my edit setting. Okay, so yang ni yang tadi tu tak nak. This is the breadcrumb. Kalau you tak tahu rasa you dah pergi mana, you can just click. Nanti kalau banyak-banyak kita dah tak tahu kita masuk dekat mana, so you just go to header dekat sini ada breadcrumb. So I'm going back to my khusus balik, and then it is dalam mode editing, and then pergi tadi balik, let's say dekat this one, so go to edit, and then edit setting, and then go to restriction, restrict access. Okay, add restriction. And then tadi kita choose date. So now I'm going to choose group. So dia kata choose group ni tadi Prof kata nak group A tadi tu ada seorang nama, ada seorang student kan. So you just click that and then save. That's it. So only that student akan dapat that assignment. Is it okay?
Thank you.
Alright. Thank you. I'm going to stop sharing. Any question?
Saja nak tambah, thanks Prof Azmin. Grouping bagi student clinical kan, group clinical year tak ikut semester. We all know in Fakulti Perubatan. So group tahun 3 ada 3 group, tahun 4 ada 4 group dan tahun 5 ada 5 groups. So dengan pertolongan Bangi kat PTM kat Bangi, student-student telah digrupkan ikut grup ni sebab setiap grup ni dia menjalani rotasi yang berlainan-lainan. Maksudnya student kita memang kita tahu dia 144 katakan, dia divide into 3 groups. So they take on posting on their respective pace. So macam bulan 1, group 1 akan buat posting 1, group 2 akan buat posting 2 dan sebagainya. So it's going to be different. So what will affect in your UKMFolio is bila anda pilih restriction access, dia punya grouping tu akan automatic keluar group 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to choose the student that you are teaching. So you'll be aware of your group. Let's say now, April, you might be having student from group 4 for surgery. Maybe you have in medicine a group 2, you know. So you have to choose your group correctly. Because otherwise your material will be everybody lah dapat semua ni. So it is only specific to your posting. Macam kita punya posting sekarang lah, you give out material, only student come to your posting. So posting tu lah di set seperti macam tu. Am I clear? Or any question on this? Because nanti bila restriction ni ada grouping yang lain-lain keluar nanti.
Yeah, great, Prof. Tong. And maybe I want to add to that. Sorry, Dr. Aida. Kejap, Prof. Aida. Apa Prof. Tong? Adding to that, actually, all the lecturers kat dalam UKMFolio sebenarnya, all the lecturers can see your materials. So that's why that's important. Not for everyone. But if you use the tips that were shown by Dr. Azmin just now, okay, from Dr. Azmin, only different sets of students can see. So you can restrict access to students, but all the lecturers can see your material. So that's why again, hak cipta and IP control over your material is important. Before uploading, put the hak cipta by you and UKM. Alright, yes, Prof. Farida.
Hi, it's Aida here for radiology. Prof. Tong, I berjaya belajar nak buat grouping semalam. So I actually did grouping for year 3. So you're saying now it's all gone ke, and then I just have to use the grouping that UKMFolio already set?
No. Actually, the grouping that UKMFolio set is only grouping of student according to the posting. For example, now in radiology, it's supposed to be group 2 or group 3 coming to you, then all the students in that group 3 will have the posting, will be there for you to choose. If you want to subdivide your group within that group also can. I think Dr. Tan has done that and he has subdivided the group. So your grouping will not be erased. It will still there. It's just that added more grouping.
But at the same time, can radiology at this particular time, can radiology see students from group 1 that had, okay, for example, now radiology is taking up group, let's say group 3. So can I also gain access to students in group 1, for example?
I probably need help here. I have not tried that. That Prof. Azmin.
Prof. Tong, Praida, so can I chip in? So there's another function whereby, macam for example in my course, there are 2 groups of students, actuarial science year 3 and maths and stat science year 2. I think it's about the same case as medical faculty punya problem. So I'm going to share my screen sekejap. So this is another function. Okay, it is under group function. Okay, but I'm not going to use this course, but this course has only one group of students, which is only maths and stat students. So I'm going to choose another course. Okay, this course I have 2 group of students as what you guys said just now tadi ada second year, ada third year kan. Alright, so let's say I have 2 group of students. So now if you go to, we have on the left ni kita ada navigation, and then dekat bawah ni ada administration. So kita boleh pergi dekat edit setting. Okay, so dekat edit setting ni, pergi bawah-bawah lagi. Sorry, nanti jap. Tak apalah. Okay. Alright, so dah pergi edit setting. Okay, so pergi dekat users. So tadi group kan. So what you can do is you can, sorry, I don't want this one. I don't want this one. Sorry sekejap kita pergi balik. Dekat one of my course. So let's say tadi kita dah ada assignment dekat sini. So I'm going to use the edit group ni, edit setting. So pergi edit setting on your right, and then pergi kat administration. Okay, so now you go to edit setting, and hold on. Oops, it's not here. Sekejap. Where is it? Course admin, edit setting. Okay. Again. Alright, so this is my course tadi. So pergi balik dekat administration. So ini ada edit setting. So dekat edit setting ni ada, hold on, pergi edit setting. Alright. So dekat bawah ni, sebab dia ada banyak, so what you can do is kita boleh collapsekan all these things, because tadi sebab tu saya tak nampak. If you go to course punya edit setting, you click that, and then you akan nampak all this, and then ada group dekat sini. Okay, you choose that group, and then the group mode is the default is no group. So what you can do is you can separate groups, so that when you assignment for a year 2, for example, yang student pada year 3 tak nampak, so you can do separate group. And then if you want to force for the whole semester, you want to submit to only that group, then you force yes. If you don't want to do that, I suggest just leave it as no. And then default grouping ni you can choose lah. Macam sini ada set 2, sepatutnya dengan ada set 1 lah. We cannot see that. So this is set 2 ni only student for second year. So I'm going to choose that. So choose that and then save and display. So the only the assignment yang kita bagi tadi tu, which I think this one, so it will be given to the student for that group only. Okay. So macam biasa tadi lah. You pergi edit setting on your right, and then pergi restrict access. Now you choose by group lah. You choose by group. So nanti akan ada all the groups yang ini saya dah buat banyak group. So ada set 1, set 2. So set 1 ni yang pelajar maths dengan stat sahaja. Second year, set 2 ni HOD sahaja, for example. So I'm going to hantar kepada set 1 sahaja. So I add the restriction. So only, then only save to return the course. Only student from that year sahaja yang boleh access the notes ataupun the assignment that you assign lah. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so you have to do 2 things. I recap back, I summarize. So pergi dekat administration, under course punya module, so go to edit setting. Dekat edit setting, dia akan ada banyak ni sebab tu saya tak nampak. Just select all this. Dekat bawah sikit ni yang nampak groups. You click that group and then you choose this group mode. So default group. So that will choose which group that you want to submit lah. And then pergi dekat the material that you have assigned, and then go to click dekat yang macam tadi lah. So should I show it again? Pergi dekat on your right, let's say this topic, dekat on your right, click edit, and then sorry, not the topic this one lah. Okay, this one edit, go to edit setting. So pergi edit setting macam tadi, either you want to restrict by restrict access, you want to restrict by what? By date, tadi Prof. ada minta tadi by date, or you want to restrict by group, so you can do that. Okay?
Dr. Aida, I just tried that.
I hear you, Prof.
Yeah, I just tried that. You're asking whether you can see students from other posting. like for example, now you're doing your student now doing your posting in radiology now, and then whether the other posting student, can you see them? And I think you can. I just tried out, and if you go to the grouping, you can still see that.
Yeah, true, Prof. Because I just did the grouping like last night, and I managed to see all 129 year 3 students. So I'm worried whether you said just now you already set at Bangi or whatever. So I takut my grouping dah jumbled up or rosak or something like that lah.
Dr. Ida, Prof. Tong, is a very good question. Actually, whatever that we do, the beauty of a UKMFolio ni, whatever you do in your file, it doesn't affect the others in your file or UKMFolio. So it affect only your course saja, yang your friend punya course, even though you are carrying the same course, tapi it doesn't affect the other lecturers punya setting.
Oh, you're saying if I want other lecturers in my department to tambah assignment dalam UKM module, radiology module tu, diorang tak nampak my grouping yang I dah buat tu yang siap-siap buat tu.
If they assign another group, that will only applicable to their materials only, not yours.
No. What I mean is if they want to do a new assignment, can, because we share the same module number, so they can also access the groupings that I already created, right?
If I'm not mistaken, maybe Prahazmi can help me. If I'm not mistaken, whatever that you do in your group, it doesn't affect the other. Even though you're carrying the same course, it doesn't affect your friends punya profile ke grouping assignment ke. It doesn't affect. It only affect yours. If I'm not mistaken.
Because I know. I understand it. My real question is, let's say I ask my friend, the other lecturer in radiology, okay, you buat assignment ni hanya untuk group 1. I dah setkan all the groups into 1, 2, 3. So can they access the groupings that I buat kan siap-siap tu, maksud I. So that semua orang tak payahlah buat kerja 2-3 kali, the same job berkali-kali. That's what my question.
I think yes, provided that you go to edit setting yang on the left dekat administration course tu, you have to do that.
Okay, great.
First.
Faham.
Okay.
Yes, faham.
Okay, great. Thanks for that, Dr. Azmin and Prof. Tong. Just one thing, Prof. Tuti has asked dekat tepi ni sikit. Oh, sorry. Is it okay? Yes. Can I answer Prof. Tuti sekejap?
Okay.
Sorry. Yes. So on the group chat ni ada Prof. Tuti tanya, please explain sikit what is Creative Commons and kalau you guna YouTube, any copyright issues. I think YouTube can be used for teaching and learning, but I think the best thing is put the resource where maksudnya where you take the video lah, and citing the source is important. And what is Creative Commons? Let me share my screen for a bit, and I will show you what is Creative Commons. If you go to Creative Commons website, just go to your web browser and type Creative Commons. Creative Commons ni sebenarnya dia used for open educational resources, but again, if you want to share your work, just click on share your work on the website and choose a license, okay, and click this button here, get started. Okay, when you press get started, you can read about it here. So allow adaptations of your work. If you don't want to allow, no. If you don't want to allow commercial use, no. Okay. Then for instance, yes, allow adaptation, and you can just mouse over here and you will get the you can click on the question mark for the explanations, and here it is. If you allow adaptations and do not allow for commercial use, just copy paste here, and you can use this attribution non-commercial 4.0 international and use these icons. Just paste it on your slides, in front of the slides, so it doesn't allow for commercial uses, but adaptation for education, I think, and you can read here. And there's a lot of things here if you want to read in detail. So go to creativecommons.com, .org to read more about that. Okay. Yes, Prof. Just now asking.
Hello, morning. Saya alias daripada Cemasan. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Prof.
Okay.
Yes, Prof.
Not fraud yet. Okay. Saya nak tanya dan juga maybe some suggestion. Just want to ask, is it ketua modul or ketua subject allowed to set the non-editing or editing tutors? Because I think yang itu penting, because the issue raised by one of our colleague that sharing of material and worried about maybe our colleague will change, delete the material. So I think model they have ciri-ciri ini. So those who are appointed as non-editing teacher, they can view, they can use all the material, and even they can upload the material, but they are not allowed to delete and make amendment of the material. So let's say kalau one module we have one ketua module and maybe 4 lecturers giving the input certain topics. So that the 2 module become editing teachers and the rest is non-editing teachers. Is it correct or not? Because the function, I can see the function non-editing teacher and editing teacher. So who does that? Is it admin ataupun ketua modul?
Basically for us, we rely on SMP Web. Under SMP Web, kita ada bawah dia adalah SMK dengan SMP. SMK adalah sistem maklumat khusus, SMP adalah sistem maklumat pelajar. Dalam sistem maklumat khusus, yang disenaraikan hanya 2, itu ketua modul dan pensyarah. Bawah SMP dia adalah pelajar. Jadi bila kita tarik daripada SMP Web, maka setting yang masuk ke dalam Moodle adalah sama macam dalam SMP Web. Maknanya ketua modul dan pensyarah ada status yang sama, pelajar sebagai pelajar. Jadi itu sebab dalam kita punya LMS UKMFolio ni, kita tak ada status non-editing teacher, melainkan kalau pengajar tu ditambah sebagai guest oleh ketua modul. Yang semua pensyarah yang masuk dalam daripada SMP Web mempunyai status yang sama seperti ketua modul. Saya rasa ini terserah kepada ketua modul untuk memegang kuasa dan menjelaskan kepada ahli-ahli jabatan bagaimana untuk tugasan dalam UKMFolio untuk dijalankan. Okey?
Okey, sebab sebab saya dari segi pengalaman dulu lah bila kita handle one module untuk advanced diploma in emergency, kita gunakan modul, and then memang kita setkan only certain person saja yang akan editing, dan kita boleh setkan the rest non-editing. So itu akan secure lah isu-isu yang timbul tu. Saya rasa itu boleh ada dalam sistem tu. Cuma saya tak pasti dalam kita punya UKMFolio we apply that modus operandi. So non-editing dia can post, they can give, tapi dia tak boleh edit yang whatever yang kawan dia yang dah masukkan. So itu selamatlah dari segi isu-isu tadilah, isu yang takut kita dah masukkan. Because mungkin Bangi ataupun admin dia bagi semua status sama. So all the lecturer has the same status.
Saya tambah apa yang Dr. Azmi sebut tadi dengan apa yang Dr. Adis tanya. Sebenarnya dekat kalau pergi dekat kiri bawah administration ada recycle bin sebenarnya kalau apa-apa yang terdelete dia ada masuk dalam recycle bin tu, dan sebenarnya kita boleh tarik keluar balik. So we will think about it, but the policy of PTM now is macam itulah, maksudnya ada lecturer is given equal rights to everything, and I think betul macam Dr. Azmi sebut tadi, I think it's up to the ketua module to if you want to stamp your authority on that, I think you can do it outside pun boleh sebenarnya. You can just say do not delete kan. But if it is deleted, it is still in the recycle bin. But thanks for that. Maybe we will discuss around that.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Tanya soalan.
Ya, silakan.
This is from my colleague. If we choose asynchronous teaching melalui video screen of our lectures, how they ask how to monitor to make sure that all the students tengok the lecture tu, and also which platform is sesuai untuk students if they want to ask questions. Dia ada macam for asynchronous ada platform yang sesuai ke yang untuk kita tengok soalan-soalan kalau ada from students kat mana?
Sure. Sorry, saya tak tahu siapa yang tanya tadi, Prof.
Dr. Aida.
Dr. Aida. Okay, Dr. Aida. Alright, Dr. Aida. Good question. Video tu saya kita advise untuk upload dekat YouTube, and link macam saya tunjuk tadi di UKMFolio, and actually ada function untuk tukarkan sama ada student dah tengok atau tak. Nanti saya tunjukkan macam mana nak tengok analytics of your course, and actually see siapa yang tengok video tu. And one more thing is actually you can use the forum feature to post questions, so students boleh tanya in asynchronous punya mode. Tapi for synchronous mode also you can use the chat feature, but you have to set a time lah, maksudnya from 9 to 10 you can answer the chat. So now I will share the screen to show what you can do. So in UKMFolio there is a feature where you can go to administration, and you can have a look at I think reports, okay, and you actually have the live logs and activity report. So you can have you can see the activity completion and okay, alright, okay, maybe I will go to this course lah. Ni tak ada completion sangat. Okay, okay, let's have a look here. Users, at reports. Okay, maybe activity report, and then you can have a look at siapa dah tengok video ni, activity reports, or you can go to logs or live logs, okay, and have a look at course participation and statistics. So you can have a look here, report type, all activities. Okay, what you want is specific to the I think it's in live logs or logs here. Okay, so okay, so you can have a look here. So let's say video tadi kan, pengajaran dalam talian, this is a video. So you can have participant macam mana tengok and get these logs, and you can have a look lah when they have looked at it, and whether they have looked or not. So this can be achieved in UKMFolio.
Tambahkan tadi Dr. Helmi, kalau video kita link kat luar ataupun assignment kita link kat luar macam Google Form, Padlet, link kat luar, then log ni dia tak akan capture kot, I suppose. Is that true? Macam kalau dia link YouTube kat luar, we didn't put down the video inside UKMFolio yang macam tadi, tapi dia buat pakai link. So kalau macam tu dia
yeah, true. I think you have to include it in. Nanti maybe I think that's a good point by you, Prof Tong. Maybe we will show how to embed the code. Maksudnya kalau from Padlet, at least people who access the Padlet can click and they boleh click ke situ, and we will try to see how that works. Dia sebenarnya kena guna embed code or guna iframe tu. But we will do a recording of video tutorial on that, and we'll see how it goes, and I will give the explanation on that.
So are you saying that kalau guna embed code dengan iframe, dia boleh capture? Kalau tak guna embed code dengan iframe, dia tak capture?
Yes, Prof. Because if Prof click dekat situ, dia boleh you can see the clicks, but sekejap je lah kan, because if you click you will go to another site. So if it's not in UKMFolio, it cannot be captured. But another around to that is go to the system that you're going to lah. Contohnya Padlet tu, I think there is analytics there.
Yeah.
That works too kan, Prof.
Cuma nak pesan kat pensyarah, I think sebab ada yang macam plan untuk tengok dia nak measure sejauh mana students tengok video dia. And dia rasa itu adalah a good measurement in terms of students ni belajar ke tak belajar ke. Tapi masa saya student dulu, disebabkan data, nak jimat data, kita orang jenis download siap-siap lepas tu share dekat pakai external hard drive. So we won't use data for benda-benda video-video ni lah sebab data nak guna untuk benda lain. So I just wanna share with others lah. Sometimes kalau kita tengok diorang tak klik, it could be that they use, diorang dah download siap-siap and dia tak use internet lah.
Okay, yeah, great, Prof. One thing I want to add to that is you can also use the app, mobile app yang dekat phone. So Moodle app tu yang Prof Kamal ada terangkan dekat UKMF 001 tu. And actually you can download the course material from there. So I think is if you have done it well, the materials are all there. Student can like go access and download one time, and then it accessible via phone. Without internet pun dia boleh view sebenarnya. But videos, I'm not sure that. Yeah. I hope the videos are still I don't think the videos can be bigger. But if you put it in PDF format and in PowerPoint format, I think you can download it. But still videos. If you link it to YouTube, I don't think they can download that. Still, they have to use data. Sorry about that.
Helmi, saya nak tanya, tadi you cakap kalau nak linkkan YouTube, you guna page. Tapi semalam saya dah terbuat saya linkkan guna URL. Apa bezanya ya?
Good question, Dr. Aida. If you use URL, dia akan link keluar. Maksudnya dia akan buka tab baru ataupun dia akan buka browser new window baru. So I think I like the built-in feature dia macam if you use the page tu, maksudnya video tu akan ada dekat UKMFolio and the analytics will be inside. So student tu still in UKMFolio. That's different. But I think both you can use both. No problem.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Dr. Aida, if I may add, yang feature URL versus page ni kan, if you put URL, then nanti bila you buka your course tu terus nampak the video lah, dia tak kemas lah. So lepas tu nampak video yang besar tu, lepas tu baru dia akan pergi to the next topic. Tapi kalau you use page, then your materials tu kemas je, semua nampak by the topic, and then once you click baru you go to the video. I think in terms of kemas ke tak kemas of your layout of your materials tu, if you use page, then lebih kemas lah. But of course you can use either one.
Oh my god, ya ke? Okay. Saya akan ubah.
It's 11:25. We officially set the time to 12. It's a 2-hour long clinic. So we still have a little time. Still have time for question.
Prof Tong,
Yeah, great.
sorry,
Yes.
are we going to discuss assessments or not?
Yes, if you like that to be asked, I think no issue. I think we have resource person here. You can ask. Yeah, I think.
Because we are still not sure whether our faculty is going to do the online exams, right, or not?
Yes, there are some decision made. Dr. Norman, you want to update a little bit so they know the status at the moment. I think the letter is going to out quite soon.
I think it's better to wait for the actual letter because there are quite a number of things that we have discussed past few days in terms of preclinical, online theory, clinical, and a lot of things. I think we just wait for the letter from Prof. Rosina, so that will be a definite answer. Because during discussion, there's a lot of ideas being thrown out, but there are things that we might have to discuss at the end of the meeting. So it's better to wait for the official announcement by Prof. Rosina. But it's okay if you want to learn new things in UKMFolio if you want.
So if let's say it's not going to be done through UKMFolio, I think I won't spend my time learning how to set up grade books and then learning how to conduct exams through UKMFolio. It's just something that's to plan my time ahead.
But we can use it from what Dr. Noman said, better not say much. Nanti salah cakap, lain dengan apa tulis surat.
Maybe I think while waiting for the perkeliling, I think if Dr. Azmi wants to show a bit on that, a very brief intro on the ebook that has been developed by UKM and pengajaran UKM, and then maybe show a little bit on quiz on or examinations online if you want to do it, or you can actually, if you don't want to do it for peperiksaan dalam talian or e-examinations, you can do it for penilaian berterusan for quizzes. Maybe a short intro or that of that sort, Dr. Azmi.
Thank you, Dr. Helmi. So should I show the guideline or should I open up a quiz? For example, okay, I'm going to share screen. So let's say I'm going to open up a quiz lah, ya. So hold on. Okay, so let's say I'm going to choose my course. Okay, so let's say this is my course. So dah turn edit the mode is on. Okay, so nak tahu mode is on ni dah ada plus macam ni lah kan. Alright, so let's say kalau nak buat quiz, so kita just boleh add another resource. So let's say dekat sini so I'm going to add activity or resource. And then it is we're gonna ask student untuk buat something, so it must be activities. So kita choose dekat activity punya section. So ada quiz kat sini, just click quiz and then add. Okay, so now I have a new quiz. For example, let's say this is quiz 5, for example. Sorry. Okay, we can name it, alright, and then you can put description if you want. Let's say this is the quiz will be assessed, so please be honest, something like that, if you want to put the description. And then if you want to do timing, this bila kita cakap quiz or peperiksaan, you can also apply to exam in case the faculty decided on the online exam, so you can make this as peperiksaan as well. And then this is the timing. You can decide whether click enable, and then you can decide whether you want to make this quiz let's say started 21st, for example, of April, and then you nak make it one day, 24, let's say kalau open exam, try to make it one day. Kalau nak bagi exam biasa, just make it 2 hours, for example. So kita akan choose enable and then close the quiz by, let's say, the same day. Okay, you nak bagi for 2 hours. So let's say dia start tadi pukul 9 lah, for example. Okay, and then finish after 2 hours. So the quiz or the exam will take about 2 hours. So set it 2 hours. And then, tapi kalau let's say online exam and the students cannot access because remote tadi kan yang macam Dr. Helmi sebut, student can access offline mode. I'm preparing the video, so the video is not out yet. So kalau we want to let students access the material offline, so don't put the time. Okay, so don't put the limited hours lah. Okay, so limited hours nanti sebab dia boleh access anytime, so akan restrict students. So I would advise, so don't use timing. And then kita ada question behavior dekat sini. You can shuffle the questions. So just shuffle within questions, yes. So let's say you put question 1, 2, so student jawab exam, and the other student might get question 3 as the first question, while the other student might get question 5 as the first question. So the system will shuffle the questions lah, so they won't get the same question at the same time. And then how the questions behave, you just let it alone, just let it default, deferred feedback. And then review option ni, you want, since exam kan, jadi kita tak nak bagi feedback, so you just unclick je semua ni. Sebab nanti this one, kalau quiz, you want to let the students to do the quizzes many times, then you can aktifkan this instruction lah immediately after the attempt ke, ataupun after the quiz is closed ke. Okay, so tapi kalau exam, I suggest don't put anything lah. So you just unclick all this. So that is the review option punya features. And then appearance, tak ada apa-apa. And then dekat sini ada extra restriction on attempts. Kalau you nak restrict your students, you can use require password, and then letak apa password nak start exam nanti, you just masukkan the password, so student masukkan password and then do it online lah. Tapi as I said, if we certain students susah nak dapat internet, I mean their data access is limited, so don't use this restriction. But the features are available. For example, require password tadi tu, and then require network address, jangan buat Yang ni kalau we want the students to sit in the computer lab, semua jawab online, then you can use this network address lah. Enforce delay, yang ni pun kalau you want to ask the students to do multiple times, then you can use this function. Kalau exam tak perlu. So this browser security ni, kalau if you want to know anything, you can click this question mark. So kat sini browser security ni dia kata if you want to limit the students, ini guna Java web only, and then the quiz will appear in full screen, which means that the navigation key untuk copy semua dia tak boleh, sebab dia soalan akan appear full screen, dia tak boleh pergi mana-mana except that go next and next. Then it limited the students to copy and paste lah, ataupun pass around dekat the students yang lain. Okay, so that is a facility browser security. Okay, so you just choose a full screen pop-up, and then kalau this one, the other features is allow quiz to be attempted offline using mobile app. So if you want the quizzes ataupun the exam that can be attempted offline, then click yes. Tapi kalau you want to make everybody boleh access internet, tak ada masalah, and then you just put it no, which means that masa dia jawab tu dekat hanya laptop, and then dia tak boleh use their phone, another device, use their phone to check the answers ke whatever lah kan. So you don't allow using handphone, mobile apps. They are the one that Dr. Helmi sebut tadi. Tapi if we want to make our students access offline, so make sure you put no lah. Okay, and the rest I think restrict access is another feature. Tadi macam tadilah, kita nak bagi by group ke. Okay, so ni tadi restriction yang ada by date, by group and everything. Kalau bagi certain group, you have multiple question nak bagi certain group, so you can use this restrict access, and then just save and return to course. Okay, so these are the quiz punya features. So lepas kita dah set,
yes, internet problem.
Oh, okay.
Internet problem.
Doktor Azmin. No, rasanya ada problem dengan Dr. Azmin punya connection.
I think it sounds like crash lah. Hang
lah. Dr. Azmin punya screen.
Okay, can I just chip in? Tadi Dr. Mawar ada mention pasal penilaian lah. So basically just untuk makluman semua, MMC telah mengeluarkan perkeliling lah berkenaan dengan undergraduate study pada hari Isnin lepas, and then fakulti pun dapat meeting juga hari Isnin tu. So the actual detail in fakulti akan dikeluarkan oleh Prof Sinan lah. Tapi secara general lah saya nak kongsikan perkeliling yang MMC ni basically mana-mana yang pra-clinical dan generic skills usually based on theory boleh dinilai secara online. Tapi untuk yang tahun 3, 4, 5 especially clinical based, memang MMC kata tidak boleh dinilai secara online. with certain rules and regulation lah. Kecuali kalau memang semua student dapat good internet dan segalanya, which is for us memang tak lah, because not all of our students are able to have a very good internet untuk dapatkan live history taking up whatever lah. So basically untuk clinical secara online-nya memang buat masa ni tidak boleh lah. So in term of tahap show how tu tak tu memang at this particular juncture by MMC memang tak boleh. Tapi kalau untuk clinical, take home, open book semua tu memang dibenarkan lah. Itu makluman yang nanti saya akan sharekan per klinik ini untuk pada semua lah, kepada semua ketua modul untuk rujukan semua. MMC bukan sahaja keluarkan berkenaan penilaian, dia juga keluarkan berkenaan tentang learning time, teaching method dan seterusnya lah. So nanti saya akan paste ni dalam grup lah. Okay?
Thanks. Lega.
Tapi kalau nak buat, atau Dr. Mawadah nak buat quiz, dia alu-alukan lah untuk theory base. At least you can help some of the student while in this MCO lah. Sebab memang clinical.
All the topics in our UKMFolio sebenarnya dah ada quiz. Memang saya dah embed quiz for every topic. Is to ensure that they understand the materials because it's online learning kan, we can't gauge.
Thank you.
I just like to ask something as well, because I think right now we have many choices of how we want to put our materials in and all that, right? We have external tools. We can create our own Google Form quizzes. We can use the inbuilt quiz functions and all. So now I'm not too sure as to whether is there a particular policy as to, are we going to be restricted to using within the UKMFolio functions only, or can we still go with what we are comfortable with? Like, for example, myself, I like using Google Forms because I am already familiar with the settings, but I know that there may be additional features that are not available, which is available inside UKMFolio. Is there going to be any particular UKM policy or directive that we have to use the in-house assessments, or we are free to use whatever we have outside? Another example is not just restricted to quizzes. Another example is that for my team-based learning, I have been using blend space from tests quite comfortably. And now I realize that the book function within UKMFolio also has similar things. So now I'm torn between, whether I use everything in-house or whether I use something that, I can use external resources.
Okay, great question, Dr. Christine. Thank you for that. Okay, so the policy now, the current policy is actually by the Ministry of Education, which requires that, it's actually the Malaysian e-learning policy, which requires that all our courses are in blended learning format. So that's the e-learning policy, which we are currently, which PTM is currently developing the dashboard for blended learning. As far as UKM is concerned, I think the uses of UKMFolio for teaching and learning is will be, I think, measured via UKMFolio. But I think it's not restricting to that. I think you can use whichever platform that you want, but I think you should meet the minimum requirement of using UKMFolio as in your e-learning practices. Having said that, I think again, using other platforms, I think is great. And if you can capture the activities, and if you have the, what do you call it, the tangible products or tangible evidence, I think it's still okay. But again, if you put everything in UKMFolio, it's easily captured because it's in the system. So it's easily reported. So again, it's a pro and cons. So I think if you have been, like Deslacer, or you have been comfortable using other things, I think you should can just go for it. But again, yeah, just think about that. The UKM punya policy and the e-learning policy set by the ministry. Thank you.
Thank you for thanks for the clarification. So if let's say that I create my quizzes using Google Forms, right, and I embed it inside UKMFolio, will it affect anything? Because currently the quizzes that I embed are actually related to the teaching learning activities, and they do not contribute to their final grades. Unless I guess that if let's say they do contribute to the final grades, then maybe I should use the in-house quiz.
Again, I think it's up to you because if you are using the quiz which is embedded in UKMFolio, you can have the grade book set and the grading will be ABC via the system. But if you do it in Google Forms, you have to separately do that copy to Excel and then do the grading. I mean, again, it's up to you. We provide all the features. Use the features that are comfortable with you. I think that's the core element here. And again, is according to the faculty and universities policies. So if pekeliling dia keluar, you have to use UKMFolio, then you have to use it lah. But for now, I think according to the policy is set there by the ministry, blended. You have the courses have to be blended. I think that's the concern. And having a course first, because we just moved from iFolio to UKMFolio. I think the first thing do is create your course. So if you have the courses there, I think it's good enough. But again, up to you to use which feature that you use the comfortable with.
Thank you. It's just that lah kita orang ni clinician. Some of us may have inertia to want to adopt new methods. So that's why I'm asking on behalf of others lah. But I think that what you guys have done with UKMFolio is really great. I mean, it's such a big improvement from the previous iFolio. I was very happy because it has the additional flexibility for the grouping and all those additional settings lah. Cumanya for those who are not so IT literate, not to say IT literate, IT savvy though, it can become quite daunting for some of the lecturers yang tak biasa tu untuk nak adjust setting tu. But actually the function is there. So I really like what you have done with the UKMFolio.
Thank you, Dr. Christine, for your warm wishes and encouraging comments. Yes, I agree. There's a lot of functions available, and my tip is to for the non or not IT savvy is just go for the important features. That's why I said go use the file, go use the video only. So I think use that first, get yourself comfortable with it, and then explore with others, because there's a lot of features that you can do, and there's a lot of plugins that you can use. So I think making sure that your course is online first is crucial. Then you just you have to go. You don't have to understand everything, but understanding the essential parts of that is important before going to the next step.
I think it's about
Prof Azmi. Can Prof Azmi show me, because I've all the students and for ENT posting already in Microsoft Teams. How can I create classrooms within the Teams so that we can have small groups for PBL?
Okay. Dalam Microsoft Teams tu, kita boleh create channel. So, okay. Jadi bila create channel tu, dalam channel tu you boleh buat banyak-banyak kumpulan. Tapi kalau
boleh share screen, Doktor?
Okay, satu lagi just before saya share screen. Satu lagi yang paling penting, dalam Teams kita tak terikat dengan SMP Web tau. Dalam Teams kita bebas. Dan kita boleh create seberapa banyak kelas yang kita nak. Jadi personally on my part, kalau you ada 10 group dalam posting you create 10 Microsoft Teams. Jadi tak payah kita risau pasal nak kena buat grouping kecil, nak buat grouping besar, tak payah. Kita buat satu group je untuk satu Teams. Okay?
So for each channel tu you restrict the members?
Tak, saya sekarang ni, pada saya, masalah kita bila kita buat Teams tu, semua ahli dalam Teams tu akan dapat tengok semua channel. Tapi jadi yang terbaik kalau kita ada banyak kumpulan, kita buat banyak team. Okey, saya cuba share saya punya Microsoft Team punya page. Okey, saya cuba.
So instead of creating channels under the same team, create many teams.
Ya, create many teams. Okey, okey. Itu cukup, itu clear kot. Just create many teams.
Yeah, okay. I think I'll do that.
Alright.
Easier because otherwise the whole group receive notifications on each of the channels, kan?
Yes. Memang sebab apa sekarang ni saya pun penat kak pakai team ni. Tiap kali student post, dia keluar message tau. Dan message tu akan keluar notification kat belah kanan bawah tau. Jadi bila dah ada banyak group ni penat. Penat nak layan student punya posting.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Macam tu saya tak payah share ya. Saya escape Alright. Escape.
I think I got the idea.
You got the idea? Okay, thank you.
Thank you all. I think it has been a long day. We 11:48 now. We have another 2 sessions to come. Probably we make it 1.5 or 2 hours. We'll see how the demand is. But today I think we have learned a lot of things, and many still hold on. 46 participants still hold on. And the next session is actually next Monday afternoon to cater for some who may not be able to come because of their scheduling services and all. So with that, I think we will thank all participants and also our expert from Bangi Pengajaran, Dr. Helmi, Prof. Azmi, Tamian, and Prof. Kamal is still here. I am still here. And thank you all. And those who have participated and commented. And how do they, if you have questions, can you type in so that we can actually we collect question. And as you go along with your UKMFolio, you may have suddenly a question to ask. So you collect your question and you come back and ask your friends to do that the same so that we have question flow going quickly for next 2 sessions. Would that be okay for all of us? We go back and tell our colleagues to come and then collect questions. Yeah. So any last word we say?
Thank you, Prof. Tong and the medical team to have us here in KLINIK UKMFolio. We're very honored and very happy to see that everybody's using the system. And hopefully that is actually UKMFolio is ours, I think, together. So if you want to make it, if you have any suggestions, any comments, just share it in the other one, and then we will try to improve from time to time according to priority. And one last thing, thank you for the frontliners there and you helping out with the COVID situation. You're our heroes and heroines. So thank you again, and see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.